The second distribution in this series is sampling distribution by mean, which is t distribution. Ideally, when the sample size is small or the engineer is less confident about the variance of the source, we prefer t distribution. When the variability of the source is not very sure, you can be sure about the mean of the source, but sometimes you are not sure about the variability of the source. As the example was given, engineer is looking about the production of resistance. So the mean resistance is okay for the product, but the variability is not sure. So in that case, either sigma is not known, which is the source variance, source standard deviation, or the sample size is small, we are not going to apply Z distribution. We are not going to consider it to be central application of central limit theorem. We will rather go for the T distribution, and T distribution is derived from the second part of what we were doing for the chi-square distribution, where we had Z square as a second term. So that will be similar to T. Let's see here. So T is very similar to Z. Only the thing is that here S is used because sigma is not known, N is small. If N is small and sigma is not known, or N is, let's have 30 as a thumb rule, then in that case we will apply T distribution instead of Z distribution. T is a transformed random variable, just like very similar to Z. Only the thing is here sample variance is used as the variance for representing the source variance. So in the cases where application of central limit theorem is not possible, we are using what is called as T distribution. And what is the definition of it? It is over here. T is nothing but the second part which we were saying, the square root of Z square. So T is Z upon square root of chi square by mu, which comes as x bar minus mu upon s. The function is very tedious, but for the application point of view, we are not worried about the function. We take help from tables of T distribution. So this distribution is very similar to normal distribution there, but the only thing is that as the nu increases, where n minus 1 is nu, the distribution takes the shape towards as n tending to infinity. Distribution is T distribution is tending towards the distribution. So this is what is we call, but both the distributions has mean as 0, either it is T or Z. If you have to find out the probability at a particular point, we consider it as T alpha, and this area under the curve over that is considered as alpha. It is a symmetrical distribution, just like Z distribution. So whatever is the value here, the same will be here as minus T alpha if this value is same as alpha. So this is a symmetry of the distribution which exists in T distribution. Data you can get from the table of T distribution. See here, this is shown here, T alpha and alpha. These are the values. First column is degrees of freedom, first row is alpha value, and alpha is nothing but the probability of T more than T alpha, which is given in the table. Based on that, you can find out the values for this accordingly. So we can learn how to read the table and we can apply it in this. So this was T distribution. Let's have a problem to solve, and that will become an idea how to apply T distribution. A chemical engineer claims that population mean yield of a certain batch process is 500 grams per milliliter of raw material. Now in this problem, a chemical engineer claims that population mean yields a certain batch process, and that is 50 grams per milliliter of raw material. To check this claim, this was a claim of the company by the chemical engineer. To check this claim, he samples 25 batches each month. So the sample properties is 20, size is 25. Now if computed t-value falls between these two, so they have given a kind of limitation over t-distribution. T-distribution means 0, this is here minus t.05 and this is plus t.05. So if they have given a limitation, if value of t calculated falls between this, then the claim is satisfied. What conclusion shall we draw if the sample mean x bar is 518 and a sample standard deviation is 40? Now in this problem it is clear cut that sigma square is not known. So this is not known. 518 is this, claim is 500. If the value of t according to this falls in between, we are satisfied, otherwise we are not satisfied. So in this case, if we solve this problem, sample size n is 25, x bar is 518, s is 40. This is what we see here in the problem, and the source mu is 500, that is said, and sigma square is unknown. So definitely we cannot apply central limit theorem, we have to go for t distribution. So if we are going for t distribution, they are already saying that over the t distribution your calculated value should fall between these two limits, minus t.05 and t.05. It means that this alpha value is 0.05 and this area is also equal to 0.05. So now in this case we have to see these two values, minus t.05 and plus t.05 from tables of t distribution at nu equal to 25 minus 1, that is 24. So first of all we will see this. Now in t distribution for the nu 24, nu is 24, for alpha 0.05 the value is 1.708. So the negative will also be minus 1.708, which will be over here. So for alpha 0.05 and for nu 24, sorry, this value is 1.711 for nu 24 and alpha 0.05. So we are here. So now in this case this is minus 1.711, sorry, plus, and this is minus 1.711. So this is what the t value is. Now from the sample, what is the t value we calculate? T calculated will be equal to x bar minus mu upon s upon square root of n. That is nothing but x bar is given as 518, mu is given as 500, divided by s is 40 upon square root of 25. So it will be 2.35. So that is the value of t. So t calculated will be somewhere over here on the curve. This is t calculated. That if this value is equal to 1.711, so this value will be definitely 2.35. It means the claim of a chemical engineer is not satisfied. So this was all about the application of t distribution. Now we will pick up some small problems which will help us how to read the tables of t distribution or chi-square distribution. For example, this is the value which is given over here. If we have to find out this value from the table for chi-square, this, so this is as per the distribution, the first one I am talking about, in the distribution of chi-square for nu equal to 15, this 0.025 will be this area, 0.025. So with respect to these two values, we can pick up the value of chi-square 0.025. That value we can, if we go here, we go back to chi-square, alpha 0.05. For alpha 0.05, the value for nu 15 is this one, 24.996. So this value will be 24.996. Same way we can apply for this. This will be over a distribution over here. Here alpha is 0.01, and then you can pick up this value for nu equal to 7. And the same for the third one, you can pick up the value for nu equal to 24. This area is 0.05. You can pick up this value from the table of chi-square distribution. Take next. In this case, we have to find out the value of chi-square for given probability. So this was one way of presenting the probability, and this is another way of presenting the probability. So in the first case, if you see here, this is also the same thing. Only the thing is, probability is more than chi-square. So this is this area under the curve which we are looking for, and that will be, this point is nothing but your chi-square alpha, and your alpha is in this case 0.99 at a specific value of nu is equal to 4. So with respect to these values, we can pick up the value table from table. Now for the second case, it will be very similar. For second case, over the curve, this will be somewhere here. This area is 0.025, and accordingly we can pick up this value for nu equal to 19, chi-square 0.025. Now for the third case, it is slightly different. When we see this chi-square distribution, there are 2 points between which we have to see more than 13.7 and less than alpha. So there will be some value here which is chi-square equal to 37.652, and there will be some value which is governed by alpha. So this point we are calling chi-square alpha, and this point we are calling this. So this will be nothing but equal to probability of chi-square more than 37.652 minus probability of chi-square more than chi-square alpha. So the difference is given. This difference is given as 0.045. So if this is known, we can pick up this from table of chi-square distribution. Once we know that, we will find out this. Once we find out this, we can pick up from the table. Once this is known, we can pick up the value of alpha from table of chi-square distribution. So this way we can solve all of these three options. Similarly for t distribution, shape is like this. Mean is 0 if nu is 7, t less than, so we are looking for the positive value, so it will be somewhere here 2.365. so we are looking for this probability. So from the table we can see this alpha from the table is known, so this will be nothing but equal to 1 minus probability of t more than 2.365. This thing you can see from the tables of t distribution. In second case, you can directly see from the table of t distribution. For example, this is a distribution, this is 0, so this will be somewhere here 1.318. so this value alpha have to be picked up for nu equal to 24 from table of t distribution. In the third case, if t distribution is something like this, it is 0, the minus, so it will be somewhere here minus 1.356 and this will be 2.179 for nu equal to 12. So upper and side values are given in the table. So first we can pick up this minus this will be this value. So this is nothing but probability of t more than 1.356 minus probability of t more than 2.179. So these two values we can see from the table and the answer is with us. Same here. So this way we can solve the problems of t distribution. Another example, last example I suppose. In this case the probability is given. In the first case, t distribution shape is this, mean is 0, probability is given as 0.025. So alpha is given. So with respect to alpha and nu 14, you can pick up this point as t alpha from tables of t distribution. Second case, if you draw over the curve, mean is 0, this is minus t 0.10, so this means this value is 0.10, so this value will be 0.90. so accordingly you can pick up the value from the table, or the second option is you go here, keep it 0.10, pick up the value of t 0.1 and the negative will be the same value because of the symmetry of the distribution. Third case is very similar. Also t 0.99 is given here, so it is slightly confusing, but don't be confused here. It means this alpha value is given as 0.995, so this is t 0.995 is nothing but equal to minus t 0.005. so the counter of this we can pick up from here. If suppose this is 0.005 and we pick up the value of t 0.005, so the negative value will be the same here. So this was all about how to apply t distribution or chi distribution and where we have to apply t and chi-square distributions. So this were the kind of sampling distribution by mean and sampling distribution by variance. I hope this will be helpful for statistical inferences for making decisions based on either comparison of mean with respect to the source or the variance with respect to the source. There are many other examples where you can compare two lots, whether both are from the same source or both have the same kind of source. For example, you are getting tire for your car manufacturing company. You are purchasing from Goodyear, you are purchasing from Bridgestone. So you want to see what is the quality, whether the quality of the source of both samples are same or quality of the source are different. So that way we can apply. But these were the very few examples. I hope you will practice more and you will be more confident that what I am. So this is what about sampling distribution, and one more sampling distribution I will discuss on the next one, that is F distribution. Thank you very much. Till then, enjoy. Good luck.